Yesterday it was announced that the Vasil hard fork was coming up, right? But what does it really mean? What does it bring to Cardano? Let's listen in on what Charles had to say. The Vasil hard fork, which we now have a date, September 22nd. Charles Hoskinson announced this himself yesterday. He had a short stream, right? But there's a few parts in here that I wanted to play for you guys and talk about it, because I do think a lot of people are thinking, well, okay, we have a hard fork. Ethereum's having a hard fork, but what's the big deal about Vasil?
Major upgrade to Plutus is happening with Vasil, and it's going to massively scale up the universe of discourse for contracts. The level of expressiveness is really improved. But we've maintained actually that level of security and quality that people have come to know and love in the Cardano ecosystem. There's more work to do, more SIPs to the right. There's a lot of things on the horizon, especially in 2023. But I think people are going to be very happy with what they have, and there's a lot that they can build with what they have, from big upgrades to the DEXs to stable coins to many other things. There's over 1,000 projects currently under construction in Cardano land. So I look forward to seeing what you, the community, are going to deliver, and the utilities you're going to bring to bear. And I look forward to seeing this ecosystem continue to grow.
From what I got out of that is basically Vasil is a major upgrade within this whole Plutus upgrade, right? And what Vasil bring is scalability while still retaining its security, right? And that is something that Charles is a stickler for. He does not want Cardano to be hacked or have some major vulnerability found and have disruption. He wants to keep the security aspect while scaling, and that's what Vasil brings. So he did mention about stable coins coming. I know Cody's working on DJ, that's coming, but there's others that's coming. And as for DEXs, we know there's several of them out there. Sunday Swap made a big deal, but they're kind of slow. And there's several others out there that are kind of a DEX, but they do things a little bit differently, not like a traditional DEX, right? But with the increased scalability and speed, well, DEXs could definitely be upgraded. There could be a lot more TVL coming into the space, right? And with the introduction of stable coins, well, it's just go grow the ecosystem. So those are big things. That is why he's saying in 2023, it's probably could be good. But there are other SIPs, which is Cardano improvement protocols that will be coming.
So Vasil is a major turning point, I'd say. Deep parameters totally removed. More than half of the updates went through the SIP process. And it really has been a collaborative product of the community working with us and external members. And really it all came together. Now, moving forward, there's going to be a big retrospective on how do we do things better. There's also going to be a deep conversation about the overall architecture of Cardano as it is, and how do we take it to the next level to make it more useful and portable, scalable, and better for everybody. A lot of SIPs are coming, some SIPs related to Voltaire and governance, some SIPs related to Basho and scalability. And there's a lot of cleanup that needs to be done as we hand it over from one steward role to a members-based organization, and then participate with you guys in that capacity. So that's what 2023 is really about. So a lot of people are stepping up, taking more advanced roles, more in-depth roles, and we're seeing tons of new people entering the ecosystem and discovering the magic of what we've put together for the very first time, which is truly exciting. I wish I could.
So that last part was interesting because this is something that Charles has said all along. And recently he's been talking about moving to this member-based role and has some people freaked out. But I believe what he's trying to achieve is really to make Cardano completely decentralized. Because there are many projects out there that does have voting, and it does seem like it's decentralized in terms of governance, but not really, because you still have the team or the dev team or your CEO or founder that is basically dictating where the project is going, right? And they may have a few things for people to vote on, but ultimately they're in control and they're deciding, right? And it does seem like with Vasil and with everything that's coming up with the SIPs, Charles really does want everyone to be participating and basically running the show. and Emergo and IOHK and everyone else that's kind of like seen as the governing bodies, they more or less become members just like everyone else. That's how I'm taking it, because I remember when I first came upon Cardano, that was one of the things that Charles really stressed upon, is making Cardano completely decentralized in every single way, including governance, which is not an easy thing to do. Almost every single project out there is still led by some figure or some team, and this is moving in a completely different direction, right? Now, some will argue that this will not work. You can't have every decision be made by the people, right? You need to have some leaders that are actually dictating where the project is going to go. So we will see if this new direction really works out in the future.
Built Cardano to be the financial operating system of the world. We built it to bank the unbanked. We built it as a community to give economic identity to those who don't have it, so that we can have one global fair marketplace. It's a crazy mission, and it feels vast in scope. But with Vasil coming in September 22nd, it feels that much more achievable, because we're not here alone. We're here together. A lot more to do, but this is a good month. It's about time that we get some good news this year. It's been a tough year for everybody in our ecosystem and industry.
Charles is very happy about Vasil, very happy about the mission statement for Cardano, which is basically to bank the unbanked and give everyone a presence and ID, right? He did make big partnerships within Africa. I have not heard much about those partnerships, right? But ultimately, this is what Charles wants. He wants Cardano to grow into the biggest financial ecosystem there is on the planet, and he's doing it one step at a time. That's it for this update. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I will be live streaming tomorrow a little bit later, around 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.